welcome back to Fantasy Poker Central. I'm your host, Eric Danis, joined today by a man who recently finished third in the High Roller event at APT London and finished 13th at this summer's main event at the WSOP. Craig McCorkell, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Craig, we'll go through your three fantasy picks or your three top picks for the main event final table. But first, you've had a few months to recover from the November 9, the closeness of the November 9. Feelings about how things went? You finished 13th, which is an amazing accomplishment, but must be frustrating to know that you were so close to the final table.
Yeah, definitely. Sort of a bittersweet finish for me, coming 13th in an event like this to play for 7 straight days. One of the few tournaments that you do that, 7 back-to-back days, basically.
Still a very nice chunk of change to take home, I'm sure.
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, that softens the blow a bit. But to see now, with a few days away from the final table taking place, the excitement that these guys must be feeling, I'm definitely pretty jealous.
Well, Craig, fantasy poker managers are currently making their selections for the November 9, and we thought who better to ask than a man who was there in the trenches with them. Who do you have finishing 1, 2, and 3, starting with your third place finisher?
Third place, I'm going to go for Andoni Larabe. I feel like I played with him a lot on day 7 and a little bit on day 6. He was very composed at the table, despite the fact he's wearing a football shirt and he looks like 16 years old. He was remarkably composed, and I feel like he's going to be well prepared. He's got a lot of online experience, good results, and I feel like he's going to be pretty prepared and ready for this final.
He's actually a very popular pick right now in its top 3. Who do you have finishing in second place?
Second, no other than Martin Jakobsen. He's a friend of mine, and he's very familiar with finishing in second place in tournaments. So I'll have him finishing second again.
He is definitely one of the best second place finishers, probably the best second place finisher in tournament poker. So I think it'd be quite fitting for him to finish second. Who do you have winning the main event this year?
I feel like Jort van Hoof's chip lead is going to carry him through. I played with him. He came 8th or something on the final table that I played in the high roller last week, and again, just very composed at the table. Good live presence. He has a lot of chips. I feel like that's going to be it's going to be tough for people to overcome. Also, he has a lot of cash game experience, and when you get short-handed in the main event, you're quite often quite deep stacked, and I think he's going to be very comfortable playing like that. So we'll go with him as the winner.
Perfect. There you have it. His 3 fantasy poker picks and fantasy poker managers. Time to head to the Facebook app and make your selections. Craig McCorkell, thank you for joining us today.
No worries.
Live from Fantasy Poker Central, I'm Eric Danis.